Hi everybody, this is a gentle yoga practice for tight hips and hamstrings. For this class, you'll need a couple props. Just a couple rolled up blankets or towels will work. If you prefer blocks, that's fine too. So that's all. When you're ready, we'll get started lying on our backs. Lying down on the mat, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees splay out wide, open the hips. So right here in this first posture, if you'd like a little extra support or like it to be a little more passive, you can use your rolled up blankets or towels just under the legs for some support. So the soles of the feet are together, the hips are open. Palms of the hands can rest on the belly or down on the mat. Take a few moments here to connect with your breath. Even inhales, even exhales. Release any tension you might be holding on to. Allow your whole body to be heavy, grounding down into the mat. Gently slide the hands under the legs and slowly push your knees up to center. Ground the soles of the feet into the mat. Move your towels or blankets if you have them under your legs. Ground the soles of the feet into the mat, and as you exhale, slowly drop your knees over to the right, coming onto the edges of the feet, leaving them right where they are. Inhale brings you back up through center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Keep moving here with your own breath as we gently begin to warm into the hips. Next inhale brings you back up to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around your shins. Take a little rock side to side. Give them one big squeeze and then release your left leg long down the mat, squeezing your right knee in towards your chest. Keep your left leg active, whether you flex or point the toes. Keep it grounded into the mat as you pull your right knee deeper in towards your chest. Gently open the knee, open the hip. Pull your right knee in towards your armpit. Keep breathing here. Keep your left hip grounded on the mat. Bring the knee back to center, and then change the clasp of your hands so they're behind your right thigh, and extend the right leg up towards the sky for a gentle hamstring stretch. You feel like you can go a little deeper, you can raise the clasp of the hands behind the calf, behind the ankle, or even the toes. But only go so high that your shoulders can still relax down towards the mat. It's just a gentle warm-up stretch here. Breathe into the right hamstring. Flex the right toes to keep the right leg active. Relax the back of the neck. Release the clasp of the hands and squeeze the right knee back into the chest. Bring the left knee to meet the right. Give both your legs a squeeze. Release the right leg long down the mat. Flex or point the right toes to keep the right leg active, and then squeeze the left knee in towards your chest. Gently open the left hip, squeezing that left knee in towards your armpit. Keep the right hip grounded as you do so. Bring the left knee back in towards the chest and lengthen the leg up towards the sky, clasping the hands behind the left thigh, the left calf, the left ankle, or maybe even the left toes if you have the mobility. Find a spot on the leg that's comfortable so you can relax the shoulders in towards the mat. The left foot is flexed and active. Keep breathing into that left hamstring. Gently release the leg and squeeze the left knee back into the chest. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Squeeze both knees and take a little rock side to side. Release the hands and reach them through the legs. Grab the outsides of the feet for a happy baby. Take a 90-degree bend in the knees. Flex the feet so they're pointing up towards the ceiling like you're walking on the ceiling. Pull the knees in towards the armpit. You'll feel this in the hip flexors, maybe the hamstrings. Option to take a little rock side to side. Gently release the feet, squeeze the knees into the chest, and begin to rock forward and back on your spine, grabbing behind the thighs until you rock yourself all the way up to a seat. Adjust your seat, sit tall here. We'll bring the soles of the feet together like how we started, on our backs. Sit on the fronts of the sit bones, so think about tilting your pelvis forward. If you're a little tight in the hips and it's hard for you to bring yourself up and forward, grab one of your blankets, elevate the hips. Soles of the feet together, and you can walk them out a little further so it's not so intense. Lift the chest, sit tall, grab the ankles, Begin to hinge forward, thinking about bringing the chest towards your feet rather than rounding straight down. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward, chest towards your feet. You can use your elbows to push on your thighs to open the hips. Once you find your depth and you feel yourself start to open up just a little, you can allow your upper spine to round as you fold a little deeper forward. This can be really intense on the hip flexors. Keep breathing through every sensation. Slowly bring yourself back up. Remove your towel or blanket from underneath you. You can push those to the sides. You won't need them anymore. We'll come to a seat. Extend the right leg out in front of you. Excuse me. And we will bend the left knee and bring the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, bring the arms up to lengthen up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Exhale, we'll begin to fold, thinking about bringing your chest towards your foot. Again, finding that length in the low back. Flex the right toes to keep it active. And once you've found your depth, you can allow your upper body to round over the right leg. Maybe even drop your forehead to the shin or the knee. Should feel this in the right hamstring and the left hip. Couple deep breaths here. Slowly crawl your way back up. We'll switch the legs. Left leg long. Right knee bends, right sole of the foot on the inside of your left leg. Inhale, we'll lengthen the spine, sit up tall, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, bringing your chest towards your toes. Lengthen the low back. Flex the left toes to keep the left leg active. Once you've found your depth, you can allow your upper back to round. Maybe bringing your forehead towards your shin or your knee. It's okay if you don't go all the way down towards your leg. If you're hanging out up here and you're feeling a really good stretch, that's great. Stay here. Take this pose to your depth. Slowly curl your upper body back up. Maybe give the knees a little shake and turn to the side of your mat. Open the hips, open the legs up towards the top corners of the mat. Maybe only go to about 70% of your depth here. You don't need to go all the way. So just when you almost start to feel a stretch, but you know you could go a little deeper. Sit up tall. Think about tilting your pelvis forward again. So find that depth to where you can sit on the fronts of your sit bones. Spiral the knees and the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Right fingertips can crawl over to the left. Reach up and over for a side body stretch. Wherever you get to is perfectly okay. Find your depth, hang out there. Maybe you can go a little deeper as you start to open up. As you feel your body start to open up, maybe you crawl your right fingertips a little more towards the left. Snuggle that right shoulder underneath you a little more. Reach that left hand over to your toes. Begin to spiral the chest open. Gaze up and under your left arm. Should feel this stretch in the right hamstring and in the low back on the left side. Couple more breaths here. Slowly, your inhale brings you back up to center. Reach the arms up. Reach up and over as you exhale the right hand over to the left. Breathe into the right side body. Only goes as far as comfortable for you. Allowing to your body to open up slowly and gradually. As you open up a little more, maybe you snuggle your left shoulder in front of your left leg a little bit. A little tighter on this side, not quite reaching the toes, but that's okay. Spiral the chest open and up towards the ceiling, gaze up. Couple more breaths here. Slowly, as you inhale, reach back up through center. Exhale, begin to crawl your upper body forward. Lengthen through the back body. Think about bringing your chest towards your fingertips. Again, starting off nice and slowly, allowing your body to open up. Keep spiraling your toes and your knees up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the tailbone down and away from you. As you start to open up, maybe you fold a little deeper. Once you feel like you've found a lot of length, maybe you want to rest your head towards the mat or take one of your rolled up blankets to support your head. You can stack your fists to support your head. Just make sure the head is supported. Or you're hanging out up nice and high. And that's doing a lot for you, and that's great. Wherever you are, just keep breathing and relax into the posture as you allow your body to open up naturally at its own pace. Slowly crawl yourself back up. Gently use the hands to bring your legs back to center. Maybe give them a little shake. We'll come towards the front of the mat and bring the right shin or left, whichever side you want to do first. 90 degrees. in line with the top of your mat. We'll take a 90-degree bend with the back leg. Flex both the feet. So this pose is called 90-90 or deer pose. So you have 90-degree bends in both knees. Try to square your hips towards the front of the mat. They might not get there, but that's okay. Just think of the action of squaring. You can assist with your hand to maybe send your knee down towards the mat a little bit, if that feels okay. We'll lengthen up through the crown of the head, through the spine here, and slowly begin to walk the hands forward, really squaring your chest and your hips towards the front of the mat. Come down to your depth. Breathe into that front hip. That's where you'll feel it all. And relax your hips. If you feel like you're clenching in the hips, try and relax. I know that's something I do a lot. And we can hold a lot of tension in our hips, so these hip openers and hip stretches can be really intense. Again, think about bringing your chest towards the front of the mat to keep length through the spine. Keep breathing into that front hip. As you begin to open, maybe you go a little deeper. Again, finding a place to rest your head. Maybe it's on your fists. You make a little ledge for your forehead to rest. You can use your towels. You can use a couple blocks. Try and keep that long neutral spine so your head's not hanging and causing a lot of tension on the back of your neck. Slowly crawl yourself back up, and we will pivot. That's the word I was looking for. We'll pivot over to the other side. If that felt good, maybe take a couple of those. We'll go back and forth a few times. When you're ready, we'll start on the other side. Adjust yourself as needed, so you have a 90-degree bend in both your front leg and your back leg. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Slowly begin to crawl your upper body forward. This side might differ from the first side. Maybe you have more flexibility, or maybe it's a little tighter. For me, this is my tight side. Won't go quite as deep right off the bat. Just allow your body to be wherever it is. Relax. Release any tension that you might be holding on to anywhere in the body. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. Maybe you're holding that tension in the hips. Wherever you're holding that tension, with every inhale, bring breath. Send breath to that part of your body. So you begin to open up. Maybe you can go a little deeper, or maybe you're fine right where you are. Slowly crawl yourself back up. Again, take some motions with the hips here. Sway back and forth from side to side. Release the hips. Release those deep stretches that we just did. When you're ready, we'll come back onto our mats here and we'll slowly roll all the way onto our backs. Release the legs long down the mat. Allow the feet to splay out. Palms face up for energy, or down if you're wanting to feel a little more grounded. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Press the back of the skull in towards the mat to lengthen the back of the neck. We'll take our final rest here in Shavasana. Let go of your breath. Let go of any last things you might be holding on to. Imagine your whole body melting into the mat. Begin to invite a deeper breath as you come back to your body. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Start to wake your body up. Invite a few more movements. Whatever comes naturally to you. When you're ready, gently roll yourself over to whichever side you prefer. Use the bottom arm as a pillow. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Keep your eyes closed and take a moment here. When you're ready, slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed if that feels good for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to integrate everything you just did on your mat, all the sensations you felt in your body. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this gentle yoga class. Namaste.